If you want a perfect smile, you need to go to the dentist. However, for some people, the mere thought of going in for a cleaning makes them clench their teeth in fear. But fear not, because the Huffington Post had released their list of 45 hilarious tweets about going to the dentist to let you know you are not alone. Like comedian James Breckwell, who said, "I have a dentist appointment first thing tomorrow morning. If you need me, I'll be cramming 6 months worth of flossing into one night." Or actress Anna Kendrick, who tweeted, "I get the same feeling at the dentist that I get when a cop car is behind me. I haven't done anything wrong, but I feel incredibly guilty." So, do you like going to the dentist, or does it also leave a bad taste in your mouth?
I like going to the dentist, but when they pull a tooth out, like, and then I taste
What are you talking about? Pull a tooth out?
What?
They pull a tooth out in the dentist.
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah.
All the time. Every
Mostly.
time you go to the dentist, they pull a tooth out.
Mostly, yeah.
Are you dead serious?
Yes.
Man.
Yeah.
Isn't that painful? They gotta numb that, right? They gotta numb that gum.
Yeah, they usually do laughing gas to my nose.
My gosh. So it's kind of like painful still, right? Of course. No, because they numb it.
Yeah.
So, but
they numb it a lot.
Right. So, do you like going to the dentist just in general?
Mostly just for checkups.
But do you like it?
Kinda.
Right. Is it like soothing sometimes? Like when they're sticking I'm going to sound really weird right now, and excuse me, but doesn't it feel sometimes like good when they got the tools up in your mouth and like doing the stuff on the work?
Before they numb it?
Huh?
Before they numb it? Or
I'm not talking about when they're like pulling the tooth out. I'm just talking about when they're like just doing work.
Yeah. Kinda,
it
yeah.
feels comfortable. Well, for me, I'm gonna just say right now, I know there's a lot of people who are like, why would you ever ask that question? Because for me, I love just sitting in the chair and just enjoying myself. Basically, it never really bothered me as much. I kind of was like relaxed to a certain degree because I never really had a really bad experience at the dentist. Most times where I run into somebody, they're always like, "Oh my gosh, they did this, they made me do this." I'm like, all this "made me do" type of phrases and sentences are only from you just opening up your mouth and you closing your mouth again. It's not really like you're doing like extreme exercises. All this you're saying, "Oh, they made me do this." What they're making you do is open your mouth. That's all they're making you do, because that's what they're examining. But we all know that. But y'all just make a big deal about it, like, you just ran back up to Timbuktu. However, it's okay for me. I'm fine with it. Does your brother like going to the dentist, or you really don't know?
He hates it.
He hates it. I could tell. I feel like he's told me that in the past before.
Yeah.
Well, has he ever had like a really bad experience?
Yeah, me and him, when we were at Florida, and then we went to the dentist, and then there was this guy, and he was like kind of old, and then he had like gray hair. He was
kind of old.
Yeah. And
Either he was old or he wasn't old. No,
he was old.
He was
Yeah.
old. Okay.
And then we went to the dentist, and I was coming up first, and my parents were in the waiting room, and my brother, and I was sitting in the chair. And this is like the worst dentist ever. I rate this like a 0 star, because when he was pulling my tooth out, he forgot to numb it.
Bro.
And it hurt so much. And then
This is to you. This is to you.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
I don't know about my brother, but
Now, do you have a lot of cavities? Because you've been talking about taking the tooth out.
I don't have cavities.
Okay.
But they make infections in my gum.
Right. Okay. Because I was like, I don't ever hear a lot of my people going through the same stuff about, oh, they got to take a tooth out every time you go to the dentist, and I go yearly. Yeah, I go yearly.
Yeah, I no like every time I go to the dentist, like I go like twice or once a year.
Right.
So back to the story about the dentist. When he was pulling the tooth out, he said he was done, and then he just said, "Wait, stay still," and then he finally numbed another tooth, but my tooth was perfectly fine. The other tooth was perfectly fine, and literally, he pulled it out. It was perfectly fine, and I forgot if that was my adult tooth. This was when I was like 9 or 8.
Right. That's what's up.
That was my worst experience.
Well, that's not what's up. That's something very, very painful. But I think a lot of people who are watching or streaming this right now probably had somewhat of a similar experience, because I know that feeling of somebody just going like, okay, open up, and you just in constant pain, like, what in the world? Oh no, hell, all this stuff. It's just a lot of just irritation. But I tell you something, I feel like I've done better with, I guess, cleaning. I know this is not interesting facts, but I'm just literally trying to just get through this topic so my producers won't be like, you skipped it for today. Well, I try to make it interesting, and he told his story. So let's move on.